This is Tony Snesko, my son Brandon. We're in the process service business and have been for the past, well, I've been in the business since 1970, owned my company in California up until 95, and then about 4 years ago, Brandon invited me to come out of my semi-retirement and join him in the process service business. And it has been heaven and hell ever since then. There are hundreds and thousands of Bernie Madoffs who are out there ripping people off for millions of dollars. And we're really the good guys. We're the guys that go out and serve them the papers that bring them into court and make them pay back the money that they've stolen. We're the guys that go out to the husbands that beat their wives. We get the opportunity to go out and serve them the restraining orders, telling them they can no longer do that. Duncan said that I would have a great time hunting. That if he put me up in a tree with my bow and arrow waiting for a deer, that as the deer approached, my heart would palpitate and I would get excited and nervous and my hands would start shaking as I pulled back on the bow. You know, he stuck me up in a tree about 10 years ago, and the deer came along. I pulled back my bow and there wasn't that excitement. There wasn't that nervousness that he said I would have, that adrenaline rush, because there was a dumb animal walking by and I was going to kill it. And it didn't make me nervous at all. Not nearly as nervous as when I sat on a stakeout for 12 hours waiting for somebody who was actively avoiding service to come out of their home. And when they step out and I catch them as they've been attempting to avoid, that is where I get the adrenaline rush. That's where it's exciting. And so that's why we do this. I think that's why you do it, right?
That's why I do it. Besides the deer dying, that's why I do it. I was serving a paper on Embassy Road, Northwest Washington, D.C., and there was a, right around all the embassies, right behind them, there's little huge homes that are right behind the embassies. And there was Secret Service trucks around and Secret Service police walking everywhere, and it's just the way it is for Northwest Washington, D.C. And after about 6 hours of sitting there outside this house waiting for this lady to leave, I really had to pee. And I didn't realize just how large a cup of coffee I had earlier that morning, but I waited and waited and waited. Finally, this lady leaves and I'm following her down the street. And while I'm following her down the street and realizing that she could not stop necessarily very soon, and I came across a stoplight that I thought I had timed long enough to maybe take a pee, which wasn't going to drag on as long as it did. But sure enough, not only did it drag on as long as it did and fill up the bottle rather quickly, but it kind of flung out and went all along my window and my dashboard and myself and everything else in my car. So either way, funny story-wise, that's what happened right now.
Did you serve her?
Yeah, I served her.